If you don't have Enigma and you can't teleport, don't waste your time farming Andariel or Mephisto online. They're much better zones to farm. And today I will be ranking the 6 best zones that let you find amazing loot without teleport. Also, this video is focused on online play, and I'm taking into consideration that the maps are not fixed, but it can still be a very good resource for offline players. First of all, Andariel and Mephisto. These two bosses are very good to farm when you have teleport. You can generally do them under a minute, but when you can't teleport, the average run is going to take between 5 and 10 minutes, so they're pretty much the worst zones to farm. If you play single player and you have a good map, they are definitely worth it. But if you're playing online, you should focus on the following 6 zones instead. Zone number 6 on this list is the cow level. The fact that the monster density is so high makes it an amazing spot to farm for runes, rune word bases, charms, jewels, gems, and items in general. And the best part is that the cows don't have any immunities. But even though it's a very good zone, it's in the last place on this list. We have to find worst leg every single time, which can add up to about a minute of downtime to every runs. Also, this is only a level 81 zone, so the monsters in here can't drop everything in the game. So some items like Arachnid Mesh and Andariel's Visage can't drop in here, not even from the Cow King. And the cows have a pretty high amount of life, so even though they don't have any immunities, if you're not already very geared, the cow level might be a bit challenging to farm into. So this zone can be very good if you already have decent gear and if you're playing a build that allows you to do very good AoE damage, like a Javazon, Hammerdin, Fire Warlocks, etc. Zone number 5 is extremely overlooked and in my opinion much better than the cow level. Tal Rasha tombs. Like in the cow level, there is a very high monster density in here, so it's a very good spot to farm for pretty much everything. But the thing that makes it much better than the cow level is that you can simply take the waypoint to the canyon, and now without wasting any time searching for anything, you have 7 tombs to explore. The tombs are very straightforward, so you can explore them without wasting time running around and backtracking too much. Once a tomb is finished, just get out and go to the next one. And there is even a boss in here, Duriel. His drop rates are generally not very good, but you might get lucky and find some good items here and there. But there are 2 pretty big downsides to this zone. This is a level 80 zone, so it can't drop everything in the game, and the monsters in here have a very big mix of immunities. They can be immune to pretty much anything. So whatever build you're using, you will most likely need a Sunder to farm this zone efficiently. So this zone can be very good to farm if you at least have a Sunder charm and you're able to do very good AoE damage. Zone number 4 is one everyone knows about, Travs. Even though this is only number 4, it's one of my favorite zones in this list for a very simple reason. It's a static map and it's very short. It only takes between 30 and 60 seconds to complete. The council members also drop a ton of things. Rings, amulets, jewels, charms, gems, a ton of gold, and they also have increased rune drop rates. So if you're looking for runes, that's a very good spot to farm. But unfortunately, there are also downsides to this zone. The council members can hit extremely hard, so you need to either be able to take some damage while you kill them, or just be able to kill them very quickly before they can really attack you. Ideally, you want your resist to be capped in this zone. And if you have some gear that gives fire absorb like the amulet, the rising sun, you should definitely use it. The hydras will literally heal you. Also, they can be immune to pretty much anything, so you will most likely need a Sunder. And this is not a level 85 zone, so while they drop a ton of stuff, they can't drop everything in the game. So this zone can be very good for you if you're able to either kill them very quickly or take a lot of damage. And this is by far the best zone in the game for a Hork Barbarian. By the way, only about 8% of my viewers are subscribed to my channel. So if you like my videos, please click on the subscribe button. It would be amazing to reach 10% by the end of the year. Thank you so much for your support. Zone number 3 on this list is the Eldritch, Shank, and Pindle skin route. It's a static map, so there is zero downtime searching for anything. Just take the waypoint, go kill Eldritch up north, then go south and kill Shank. Then take the waypoint back to town and go kill Pindle skin. Also, when Shank dies, a lot of monsters around him will die too, so make sure to look around quickly to not miss any good drops. The entire run should take about a minute. The monster density is not the best, but it's still pretty good, so you have a lot of chances of dropping a lot of very good stuff. And everything is quite easy to kill, especially if you play online or in Players 1. So you don't need very good gear to farm there like you would need for the cow level or Travs, which makes this a very good farming route to get a bunch of easy upgrades before farming harder zones. The only downsides to this farming route is that like in other zones, there will be immunities, so having a Thunder Charm will always help. And it's not a level 85 zone, so it can't drop everything in the game. But all in all, this is a very good zone to farm for fresh hell characters to get some quick upgrades and XP. And you can farm in this route with every build in the game and with very basic gear. And talking of level 85 zone, the number 2 on this list is 1. the Pit. This is a cave in the Tamo Highlands in Act 1, and since it's a level 85 zone, monsters in here can drop everything in the game. A lot of people know this place, but overall I think this zone is extremely underrated. Monsters are very easy to kill. You can literally farm this place during a playthrough with very mediocre gear like I did in my challenge run videos. The layout of the cave is very straightforward. You can't get lost in here and you will not waste too much time backtracking. There's also a second floor with a bunch of elite packs and a sparkling chest in there. The only thing you need to be careful about is the archers. They can hit very hard, especially if they have auras like might or fanaticism. But this is pretty much the only thing that can be difficult in here. Everything else is very easy. The only downside of the pit is that you need to actually find it. But that's not too much of a downside because it's very easy to find. Just take the waypoint to the outer cloister, go outside and follow the path. At some point, the path will separate in two, and one path will go to the Black Marsh while the other will lead to the pit. You should find the pit this way in less than 30 seconds every time. This zone is excellent for pretty much everyone. Every build can do it even with very budget gear. And since it's a level 85 zone, you could literally farm only in the pit and go from budget gear to best in slot without having to farm in any other zones. It would be very repetitive, but it would work and it would be quite efficient. And now the best farming zone in the game by far, Chaos Sanctuary. This is also a level 85 zone, so monsters in here can drop everything in the game. It's also a static map, so you don't have any downtime searching for anything. You just take the waypoint to the River of Flame and you can immediately start farming. It's also very important to clear the River of Flame on the way to the Chaos Sanctuary, because this is also a level 85 zone. I found a Tyrell's Might and a low rune in my last Chaos Sanctuary farming video, and both of them dropped at the exact same spot in the River of Flame. There's a ton of elite packs, both in the River of Flame and in the Chaos Sanctuary, and the Ghosts even have increased rune drop rates, which make this zone extremely good for farming high runes. Also, there's Diablo at the end, which is very easy to kill and drop even more stuff. It's important to mention though that Diablo and the seal bosses have limited drop tables. They can't drop everything in the game, but every other monsters can. So don't just run to the seals to kill the seal bosses and Diablo. You should kill everything that you come across, both in the River of Flame and Chaos Sanctuary. And also the XP is extremely good. The only downsides to this farming zone is that it's a bit more difficult than other zones in this list, so if you don't have very good gear, you need to play very carefully. So this is the best zone in the game if you already have decent gear, a Sunder Charm, and are able to do AoE damage. If you like this video, please click on the subscribe button. I have loot highlight videos of farming most of these zones for 24 hours, so if you want to see what you could get while farming these zones, these videos will be in the description. I farmed these zones with teleport, but it still gives a very good idea of the quality of loot that you can get. Please let me know what you think of this list and if you would personally put these zones in a different order. Also, if you think any other zone should have been included, please let me know in the comments. Massive thanks to the channel members for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching this video until the end. And as always, happy grinding.